A lot of folks out there already have a coating of snow, but that is just the beginning of what we are in for.
Yeah, Barry's concerned about the ice that comes in tomorrow morning. And Barry, you say if you want to do some shoveling, maybe get out before the ice arrives.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough go here. Lots of moving parts to this storm, Katie and Ken. Let's look at the temperatures right now because we have a clue of what might be happening in the next few hours. Take a look at the numbers to the north. And what I want to show you is the temperatures. Now, you might not notice too much of anything, but I want to point out what's happening here in southern Maine. The temperatures have been falling. The temperatures have fallen now in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, now down to the teens. Sometimes we have to watch out for some of this cold air drainage here. This is called cold air damming. At low levels, the cold air comes down southwestward and may cause an icing situation on the North Shore and possibly into Boston. Even though there's going to be warm air coming in aloft, to create rain, it's going to fall into this shallow layer of very cold air that's coming down our way. Shouldn't be a problem over southeastern Massachusetts. They'll stay above 32 degrees there for sure. But look at this extreme cold in Canada, heading for more than 40 below zero on some of these stations underneath a dome of high pressure. That's radiation cooling cold. It's super Arctic air up there. We're going to have to watch that closely. Meantime, the storm is coming our way, initially producing snow for everybody, so we'll get a few inches, and then we have to go through the transition periods between to the sleet and the freezing rain and along the coast and over southeastern Massachusetts to the rain. It may be divided up into a couple of centers to allow the cold air to whip back into Boston. So we are probably going to go through temperature whiplash over the next 24 hours or so as we watch this system evolve. It's not just a straight snowstorm. It's got a lot of moving parts to it, and Arctic air definitely comes in behind this departing storm. So we get that thumping of snow in the next few hours, and then the transition takes place from the South Shore, South Coast, northward during tomorrow. However, we got to watch just how much of this cold air comes down, which the models may not be recognizing. So therefore, there may be some icing situation in Boston itself, while southeastern Massachusetts warms into the 40s near 50 with plain rain and gusty wind there, and it stays very cold across central Massachusetts and possibly northeastern Massachusetts as well, with sleet, and more concern would be the freezing rain. Then it finally moves out and whips us back into cold air as a flash freeze happens later tomorrow. Areas that have rain, especially near or south of Boston, will see a lot of that standing water freeze up solid late in the day. So here's what I'm going for in terms of the amount of snowfall out of this. Looks like a coating to 2 inches in this zone here, coating near the coast, maybe up to 2 inches here towards Plymouth and Providence, and then probably 3 or 4 inches of snow in Boston in this 2 to 4 inch line here. Note there's Milford and Framingham close to the 4 inch line. We got 4 inches to 5 inches around Worcester to Concord, Massachusetts, then ranging up to 8 inches as you head towards north central Massachusetts into southeastern New Hampshire, and beyond that it builds up as you go far up into northern portions of New England. So this is the highest risk of freezing rain. We may have to bring some of that down into the Boston area as well because of that cold air coming down the Maine and New Hampshire coast. This is where there's the highest likelihood of some power outages scattered around due to this freezing rain and a buildup of ice on the tree limbs and power lines and so forth, and also scattered areas of power outages on the Cape where they have the strongest winds down there. Those winds may run up to 30 to 50 miles per hour and some gusts, but near Boston, not all that much wind to the north of the frontal zone. So quite a change from place to place. We'll have to watch it very closely. Tomorrow morning, Eric Fisher and Sarah Robleski will be here with you. And with all the rain falling, there's a danger of flooding over southeastern portions of Massachusetts because of that 2 to 3 inches of rain, and some coastal flooding tomorrow morning as well. Most of it should be on the minor side. Let's check the 7-day forecast. We're all over the place, but it may stay cold in Boston while it's very mild over Cape Cod tomorrow and very cold inland with that sleet and mostly freezing rain. And then on Monday, it'll be near zero in the morning with wind chills of 15 to 20 below, getting up to 10 for high with a couple of snow flurries. Much milder later next week with some more rain coming in on Thursday. Lots to follow. Eric will be here in the morning at 5 o'clock with the latest.